The National Security Advisor, Mr. Ajit Doval, has met with his counterpart, Wang on the sidelines of BRICS meeting of the NSAs. Remember, on Tuesday, Mr. Wang was reappointed China's foreign minister after his successor, Qin Gang, was removed from the post. Now, as per claims made by China, it is being learnt that Prime Minister Narendra Modi and Chinese President Xi Jinping had actually reached a quote-unquote consensus to restore bilateral ties during their meeting in Bali last year. Now remember, this is the first time either of the sides have suggested that the Bali meeting between the two leaders at a dinner had included any sort of substantial conversation. The Indian statement on the Doval-Wang meeting, however, did not include any reference to the China claim and instead focused on the continuing of the line of actual control standoff that Mr. Doval said had eroded the quote-unquote public and political basis of the India-China relationship. The meeting between Mr. Doval and Mr. Wang came days after Wang Yi met External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar for talks in Jakarta on July 14th on the sidelines of the East Asia Summit and also ASEAN Regional Forum's Foreign Ministers meeting. The meeting, in fact, have increased speculations over whether Mr. Modi or Mr. Xi Jinping will be meeting at BRICS Summit in Cape Town in August or at the G20 Summit in Delhi, although none of the appearances by the leaders have been confirmed yet. Let me take this across to my colleague Abhishek Jha, who joins me on this live stream. Abhishek, first of all, how does one read this claim that's been made by the Chinese Foreign Ministry, something that has not been reiterated or published by the Indian side, when they talk about the fact that there has been a consensus between the Prime Minister Narendra Modi and his Chinese counterpart while they met in Cape Town?
Supriya, clearly, Indian statements or Indian Foreign External Affairs Ministry's statement during the time of Bali, when the same questions were asked about the meeting of Prime Minister Modi and President Xi Jinping, did not go beyond to state the fact that both leaders met and exchanged some greetings.
Yeah.
Beyond that, within we have all seen those clips of few seconds of interaction between the two leaders during that gala dinner. But beyond that, no interaction happened on the critical issues of border tensions. Especially for those issues to be solved, we need a well-sit-in meeting with officials and documents when the leaders discuss in length what are the areas of concern and what are the areas of which needs to be resolved and needs to be deliberated about. So clearly, the Chinese side statement does not, augurs will what Indian side has already said. So it is totally on to the Chinese side to state something. But Indian statement is totally different from that. They have not said that there had been any meeting between the two sides where these issues were discussed in length.
Also, Abhishek, so how does in that one read the statement also vis-a-vis the BRICS summit of the NSAs now that Mr. Ajit Doval has come out with a very, very strong statement regarding the border standoff between India and China and how he suggests that that is going to be continuing because there is further action that is required before any of that that entire status quo really changes?
Of course, India has said that though those border issues have actually eroded the trust between the two sides, which is not being, duly appreciated or duly acknowledged by the Chinese side. We have seen in the past 2 years or so since the Chinese side and Indian side have been engaging on the diplomatic front or the military core commander front. Chinese side insistence has been on letting the issue of boundary be in a typical place and let
Yes.
the other side of bilateral, interaction or engagement go smoothly. This is something that India has been opposed to. It has said that unless until those boundary issues are resolved, unless that peace and tranquility returns to the boundaries, there will not be a normalcy between the India-China relationship. And this is the kind of stalemate situation between the two sides where the Indian side's demand has been a complete disengagement, while Chinese side says that those issues will keep its own sweet time to be solved unless until till then we cannot be hostage of those boundary issues and other aspects of bilateral trade, people
Okay.
to people exchange, economic trade should continue unabated.
Right. Abhishek, thank you so much for joining us with that perspective.